do you feel any pressure? It sounds like to a certain extent that may come with pressure. Do you feel any?
No, and that's the best thing about it is that I don't feel any pressure. I'm just honestly like, this is me. Like this, you know, when I meet people on what they hear on the radio, like it's the same person, you know, except for that I usually can speak at a slower tone because on the radio, you know, you have to get it in before Frank Ski jumps back in. So you're like trying to rush everything at once. But, you know, like this is really who I am. And so I don't really feel the pressure. There are times when, you know, like I might be in Target or Publix shopping and I'm tired or I'm in a rush. And then, you know, someone will come up to me and they'll say, Nina Brown, and you know, part of me is like, oh, I'm in a rush. But then I have to remember, like, you know, they want to meet the Nina Brown they hear,
right,
or they see or they've read about. So I keep it in mind that it's 2 seconds of my time and it might make their day.
Right.
And that's when I put it back in perspective, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't really, I'm already late, what's 2 more seconds? You know, or there'll be times where, you know, like being on with all of our social media websites, I think everything through. Again, I always think like, what if, like our general manager at the radio station, or, you know, Bishop, or my father, or my son, or anyone, or a profound woman of America, like what if anyone were to pull this up? Like, would I be proud to say that that was me? And so it makes me, if anything, slow down and just be more accountable for everything that I do and say, because reality is the next person's perception. Like, you know, I make sure that, you know, it's truly what I want to be represented.
That's good. And it seems that it comes across effortless. And, you know,
well, thank you.
It's really you.
Thank you.
Last question. Do you have any words of encouragement for anyone that may be watching this clip that can identify with your story, but maybe feeling a little uninspired or defeated? What would you say to give them a nudge?
Well, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, that you have to acquire a certain element of fearlessness. Like faith, let me back up by saying fear of failure is like the worst enemy. And I tell people all the time, if people were not afraid to pursue their dreams, we would have a lot more happier people in this world. But there are so many people who say, I wish I would have, or I wish I could have, or I wish I weren't afraid to walk out on faith. Faith is like the common denominator. It was with me before, during, and it's even more after, because now I see what faith can get you. And I tell people all the time, I can draw it out, write it out, take a picture, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the faith to say, like, I can do it, even when people tell you no, even when the door shuts, your faith is what kicks in that says, you know what, that one door is shut, but there's 2 more that's open, let me just go find it. Then you've already been defeated, because it's internal and it's personal, and it has to come from within. Like, I can tell you all day, but if you don't truly believe it, then it's you know, it's a waste of time and energy. Like, so I tell people all the time, regardless if it's radio, TV, you want to go back to school, you want to be a hairdresser, cosmetologist, whatever it is, you have to believe that you can accomplish that. And at the end of the day, like, you can, like, your faith can take you around the world and back, and you can get everything that you aspire, you know, to obtain in life, if you have that faith.
Yeah.
And I think that's the common denominator between Bill Gates and Oprah and Puff, like Diddy. Like, they all believe they all believe they could do it, and they were told several times no. But, you know, they all come from different walks of life and have different purposes and missions in life, but they all say, I can do it. And that's the common denominator that I think people, once you like acquire that spirit of fearlessness and faith, then you will truly like start to move, and you'll get there.
Mustard seed faith.
Yes.
Mustard seed faith.
Absolutely.
Nina, I really appreciate you coming by. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you.